Let's dive right into today's explainer and break down the most critical market-moving data for your trading setup. The headline? The S&P 500 pushed into fresh record territory today, closing up 0.6%. Small caps led this broader rally. Just look at the Russell 2000's massive outperformance, finishing up 1.8%.
As for macro drivers, dropping Treasury yields and crude oil really fueled that excellent broader market participation today.
This macro relief stemmed directly from weekend reports showing the U.S. and Iran actually made progress on peace negotiations.
Because of that, crude oil futures slid 3%, settling at $93.89 a barrel.
The 10-year Treasury yield followed suit, dropping 7 basis points to settle at 4.49%.
Under the surface, capital rotated heavily. Tech led the charge, while energy naturally lagged drastically due to sliding oil. That tech leadership was heavily driven by a massive 5.5% surge in the semiconductor index. Micron posted a staggering 19% gain, eclipsing a $1 trillion market cap after a UBS upgrade. Meanwhile, AMD and onsemi traded sharply higher, but Nvidia actually struggled to hold gains following last week's earnings. On the downside, AutoZone sank 9% on mixed earnings. They're clearly getting hampered by inflation-related margin pressure. Despite some mixed action underneath, capital clearly favored cyclical and growth-oriented groups throughout today's entire trading session.
But once the closing bell rang, we saw extreme volatility and wild price swings in after-hours earnings reactions.
For instance, Semtech jumped 7% after beating estimates and raising second-quarter guidance well above street consensus. Conversely, Vera Mobility absolutely cratered, down 42.7% following an Avis contract termination and downside guidance. Zscaler faced severe pressure too, dropping 20% since their fourth-quarter revenue guidance came in below expectations. All right, let's look ahead to Wednesday's setup and see how this data builds into your next trading day.
Here are tomorrow's fair value levels. Notice the S&P 500 sitting right at 7,534.
Definitely keep a close eye on these key earnings releases tomorrow, especially A&F, Salesforce, and Snowflake. So, the million-dollar question is, how will you position your portfolio for tomorrow's continued cyclical rotation?